Okay, so how to cut wetin I wan show una now how to do na this my madam blouse wey una dey see here. You see design very fine and beautiful. So how to form this, how to create this now into blouse, how to make this one now to turn to blouse, na be the thing wey I wan show una now. So now I get my material when I get here, I get my front and back. How I take get my material front and back na I wan show una now. So how to get your square shape wey dey here so na to get your hip divided by four, your hip measurement divided by four plus 3 inches or 3.5, your hip divided by four plus 3.5. So after I don get my hip divided by four plus 3.5, I con get my length measurement plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. Okay, so after getting my full, after I don get no vex abeg, after I don get my full length plus 1 inch for sewing allowance, I go come get my hip plus 3 inches, 3.5 inch for sewing allowance for my hip. Then how to get my back now, I come get 2 inches for zip allowance. So from here to here na 2 inches for my zip allowance. So to get my front now, na my front now I dey work with, so na my front I go use take get my back. So before I cut my front now, I go gum am. You dey see gum I dey use here, so I place this gum here so that after I don cut everything, e go dey straight. Because sometimes if you cut your material before you go gum, e go shift. After you don do everything, you go come see am say e shift, because this material dey very sensitive, or how I wan take call am, dey very flexible. In terms of gumming, e dey shift sometimes. So make sure say you gum am so that you go get that stability after cutting everything. So no vex say I dey speak English sometimes, because I get English channel, so sometimes I dey forget say na pidgin channel now dey do so. So no vex abeg. So wetin I go do again now na to get my full length. So as I don get my full length now, wetin I go need to do na to get my shoulder to bust measurement. So my shoulder to bust, I mean my shoulder to nipple point. My shoulder to nipple point na 12. I add half inch to make am 12.5. Because my shoulder here now, I go join my shoulder together and I go join half inch comot. So if I comot half inch for this up now, e go come fall down to 12. If I don comot half inch while I dey join my shoulder together. So my shoulder to nipple point na 12, I add half inch to make am 12.5. My shoulder to under bust na 16.5, I add half inch to make am 17. Because of the same thing when I will do here, if I don comot that half inch here, e go fall back to the 16.5. So that one don pass. So after I get my measurements like this, wetin I go come do again now, I go make sure say I roll straight line. You see my lines wey dey here, so make sure say e dey straight, the line dey straight. So after I don get my lines now, I go come get my nipple to nipple measurement. And how to get your nipple to nipple measurement? Na your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. So my bust now na 44. 44 divided by 6 divided by 6. 44 divided by 6 plus 1.5 plus 1.5 to give me 8.7. 44 divided by 6 plus 1 to my plus 1.5 will give me 8.7. So this 8.7 now I can't divide am by 2. I want to divide am by 2. So I divide am by 2 now, I can't place am here. Place am here plus half inch for sewing allowance. Why I get my 8.5, which is my nipple to nipple measurement, can't divide am by 2, because my material now I don fold down like this. So as I fold my material like this now, anything wey I dey cut here na into 2, I dey take my measurement. I take my measurement into 2 here. So I don get my nipple to nipple measurement plus half inch for sewing allowance. This half inch now, this other side sef go get even half inch, so you join am together. So if I sew half inch comot, e go come fall to the normal nipple to nipple measurement when I get here. So if I get this measurement like this now, so in total of this measurement now, e go give me 5. Okay, 4.3 plus half inch. Yeah, it will give me 4.8. So that 4.8 now, I'll place them here again. Then I go minus 1 inch or 1.5, depending on how deep you want them to be. I will minus 1 inch from here. Then my dart my dart will be 2.5. I'll come minus 1.5 for this other side. So here now my direct measurement from here. Now I get here. So ma still carry the same measurement put for this down to make am easy for una to understand. 4.8. Then I roll my lines like this. I dey try to make am easy for una to understand the calculation. Then I roll my lines like this, put am there. So from here now, I come inside 1 inch. Then I go outside 1.5. I go outside 1.5. Then for this down here now, I'll come up 3 inches. I'll come up 3 inches. Then from here, I connect am come here. Then this other side too, I connect am come here. So after I don get this connection like this for here, I'll come over to my shoulder part. So my shoulder measurement of the blouse wey I dey make now na 15. So my shoulder na 15, shoulder divided by 2. My shoulder divided by 2. I tell you say here now I fold am by 2. So here na your shoulder, you go divide your shoulder by 2. But from your bust, you go divide your round bust measurement by 4. You divide am by 4. Your shoulder, you divide your shoulder by 2. So my shoulder na 15 divided by 2 will give me 7.5. So I'll put my 7.5 here now. I'll put my 7.5 here plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. 2 inches for sewing allowance. Then I go come down. How to take get your armhole measurement now? How to take get your armhole measurement? But this measurement now, I dey always do this thing, but this thing get calculation. I just dey make am go straight to the point. But this calculation wey I wan give una now, you go fit use am for anybody at all. So ma give una that calculation now so that una go understand how to take get this part. So your bust, how to get my armhole now I wan tell una so. My bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. Remember say here now na my bust divided by 6 plus 1.5 now I get here. So wetin I get for this place now, I get 4.2 divided by, I get, okay, 4.3. I get 4.3. 4.3 now I get for here. So divided by 2 will give me 8.7. So my bust of 44 divided by 6 plus 1.5 give me 8.7. Give me 8.7. My bust divided by 3 plus 1.5. Now I want make una understand how I want to get this armhole here. So if I come get this 8.7 now, I'll come divide am by 2. Divide am by 2 now go come give me 4.3. Now be the same 4.3 when I get from here to here without this sewing allowance. 4.3 I get from here to here. Then here now na my shoulder measurement. Wetin I will do, my shoulder I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then here now I'll come put my 4.3 here. So from here to here na the midpoint of our shoulder. So let me say my shoulder, in total of my shoulder now suppose be 8.7. Supposed to be 8.7 for my full shoulder. But now we need to make use of this one yet, because wetin I need now, I need this point to get my center of my armhole. I make I get the midpoint between my normal armhole measurements. That be this one. So we no go use this one yet for now, but we go make use of this one with there. So I be saying total of wetin I can get from here now to here na 5.5. So this measurement you go fit use am for anybody at all. Make sure say you come down by 1 inch. Then from here you put half of your shoulder, half of your armhole. So here na my armhole, then this one na the half of my armhole from here to here. Then this place now, I'll come put my the same shoulder measurement here, 7.5, which is 7.5 plus 7.5 give me 15 plus 2 inches. Plus 2 inches. I hope say the explanation dey very easy for una to understand. Plus 2 inches, the same 2 inches wey I put here, the same 2 inches now display put here. So this is as simple as ABC. So after I don get am like that now, wetin I go come do now, I go come connect from here. From this my first point, I'll connect am come down to this other point. Then I take am straight up like this. As I don get this my mark like this, wetin I come do now, for this my nipple point, I'll come down by 0.7, then I will go up by 0.7. So as I come down by 0.7, go up by 0.7, I'll come connect from here to this point like this, 0.7 points, connect like that. Then this other one as well, I go connect to this point from here to this point, then connect am like this.